of auditors being independent. Some of the major factors, that why we need auditing, obviously, you as an investor, you can't go in and audit the company's books, right? There's no way the company's going to allow you to come in and audit their books, and until you take this class, you won't be, able. You won't have the skill set to do it, right? But that shouldn't preclude you from investing in a company, right? Also, just the motivations of the person preparing, or the company prepares the financial statements, right? There's a bias. The company's providing that information. So I'm sure we talked about a little bit about earnings management, but also compensation. I mean, compensation for U.S. Executives are talked about quite a bit. Huge numbers, right? Their stock options, bonuses, if you achieve, that are tied to performance, tied to how the company performs, right? So if you are a CFO, and I'm not saying that they do this, but there's an incentive, right? If you want to make a lot of money and your performance, right, your bonus is tied to how well the company does, or tied to whether you achieve company's goals and objectives with respect to earnings per share or net income, then that provides an incentive for you to possibly exploit these judgments in GAAP or subjectivity in GAAP to manage your earnings. So you, as a user of the financial statements or a potential investor, know that exists, right? Which is why we want an independent third party. The other thing is that companies generate a lot of data. There's no way you can actually wrap your mind around the amount of data. So again, you as the investor or somebody who's interested in that company, you don't have access to that information. And if you did have access to that information, you have no way of being able to audit that information or analyze that information. And then also things such as complexity, right? When you talk about companies like financial services companies with derivatives and swaps and all of these really exotic types of transactions that they might engage in, right? That are just hugely complex. It's difficult for the average user to be able to comprehend those transactions, or to even be able to determine whether or not to analyze them, to be able to make sense out of them. So again, that's why it's important, just why some of the reasons you